channel with a quick impromptu video. And today's video is going to be another Sunday sermon. You see what I'm saying? Luciferian edition. Now, check this out. Um, before I start this topic, you feel me? I want to give my shouts out. I said my shouts out. I want to give out my shout outs. You see what I'm saying? First things first, I'm going to say shout out to Bay. Shout out to my baby Jocelyn. So beautiful. Happy birthday once again. You know, I hope every day brings you joy. Also, I want to say shout out to TrapCon. Shout out to the gang. You feel me? And then also, I've been noticing too that I told you, bro. And it sounds like it's arrogance. It's a little bit, not really. I'm really more humble. I'm just kind of excited that this stuff is actually happening. That I'm getting back into the limelight and shit is starting to change for the better. But like I was saying, people starting to recognize me again on and off the internet. So shout out to Hot Boy Major. You see what I'm saying? He shouted me out in his video he did a couple days ago. That motherfucker funny. He talking about some. Shout out to my boy Joe Jackson, which my name is Joseph Jackson, the same name as Michael Jackson, dad's name. And he was saying, I need a haircut. I got dreads. I know it's other people with the name Joe Jackson and shit like that, but you think every Joe Jackson has dreads? No, bro. He showed me out because he watches my videos, bro. You see what I'm saying? So shout out to Hot Boy Major, man. You know, he even started uploading food episodes on his channel. So I know he watching my shit because I just said I'm bringing food XXX back. I'm telling you, bro, I got influence in this shit. Niggas is mad, you know? And I'm just talking about motherfuckers in general. I'm not talking about necessarily him. I'm just saying, you know, motherfuckers tried to have me murder this shit um, within the last few years, and I survived it. And they've been trying multiple attempts, and I survived it. You see what I'm saying? You know, made out of Kevlar, nigga. Yeah. At first I was saying Teflon, I'm made out of Kevlar. You feel me? You know I'm Big Tifa, but I'm not at the same time. But yeah, real shit though. I'm just excited. You know, things are starting to change for the better, even if it's slowly but surely. Slow progress is better than no progress. You see what I'm saying? So that's how we doing it. And then also I want to say Happy Mother's Day again. You know what I'm saying? Today is May 10th. Shout out to all the mothers out there. You know, enjoy your day as well. May every day bring you joy. You know what I'm saying? And that's just real talk. So let's get into it. Today's video, you know, is gonna be an impromptu video, more spiritual updates. You already know how it go. You know, cigar, whiskey. You already know how I'm rocking, man. Got the meatballs and shit. Motherfuckers busting too. Basically meaning that they're really good. Shout out to Vines. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Deli. But yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? Just the things that's been going on in the news. I got a lot of shit I got to talk about. And I guarantee you, after I drop this video, I guarantee you a lot of the stuff that I say in this video, you're going to hear it resurface back in the news. I can guarantee it. Now, check this out. You know, before I light this cigar, let me take a shot of whiskey. You know, shout out to the gang. Early times, 1860. You see what I'm saying? Same shit Abraham Lincoln was drinking. Huh? And not only Abraham Lincoln was drinking this, the Native Americans, which I am Native American, but the Native American ancestors was drinking this too. Because you know, like when you see like Native American movies and stuff like that, they always have them drinking like out of a bowl or something like that, and the people be like, "Ugh, they got a nasty taste." That's what it is. It's alcohol. Alcohol is created from Mother Nature, just like tobacco comes from nature, marijuana comes from nature, etc., etc., etc. It all comes from nature. We just have to know how to use it in moderation because tobacco, really, people don't really know about it. Tobacco is a psychedelic. I don't want to say a drug, but that's the best way people will understand it. It's a psychedelic substance. You see what I'm saying? So back in the day, tobacco was at its purest. So when you smoke it, you not only got lightheaded, it gave you clarity and opened up your pineal gland. You can even also, if you grow your own tobacco, you can even also make tobacco tea. Sounds crazy, I know, but it's like using the tobacco leaves before they turn brown, while they still green and stuff like that, or while they browning, like turning brown, basically meaning becoming ripe. You can make tea out of tobacco. See, a lot of people don't know that this is spiritual stuff. You see what I'm saying? But yes, this comes from Mother Nature, and it's supposed to be used in moderation, just like alcohol comes from Mother Nature. It's supposed to be used in moderation, but in today's time that we live in, people like to just take it to the extreme. It's called extremism. People like to do extra shit. You see what I'm saying? But that's the whole thing about free will. If that's what they want to do, that's on them. That's not necessarily saying it's right or wrong or that I agree with it. But I'm just telling you that they try to get alcohol a bad rep and all that type of shit. But really, you're supposed to drink it in moderation, which I do. If you drink it in moderation, you'll be perfectly fine. It will actually heal you instead of kill you. That's why they want people over drinking, because it will kill you instead of heal you. That's why I use marijuana, tobacco, and alcohol as a spiritual tonic. So it actually healing me and making me smarter instead of killing me, because I know my limit and I know not to go past a certain level. Because once you get past a certain level, then that's when you're abusing it. You see what I'm saying? And that's when the negative shit starts to happen. Like you begin coming sick and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Just thought I had to explain that. You know what I'm saying? But early times, let's get it. Oh wait. So yeah, let's start off with the UFO slash UAP files. UFO standing for unidentified object. UAP has multiple meanings. UAP stands for unidentified alien phenomenon and unidentified anomalous phenomenon. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of people want to say uh, this whole alien disclosure, the alien files, it's a cover up for the pedophile ring. That is absolutely not true. It's not true. It's not true. You want to know why it's not true? And I'm finna decode it. And no, let me just state this now. No, I am not sticking up for no pedophiles. I'm not sticking up for no rapists. You see what I'm saying? I don't even get down like that. I hate pedophiles and I hate rapists. You know what I'm saying? I know that's a strong word, but the truth is the truth. Especially in my culture, we don't play those type of games. You see what I'm saying? If you're a rapist or a pedophile, you're 9 out of 10, you're going to get killed. I'm just telling you. I'm not condoning it. I'm just telling you. You see what I'm saying? I'm not sticking up for no pedophiles and none of that shit. I'm just telling you the God honest truth that the UAP files slash UFO files has nothing to do with a pedophile cover up. Absolutely not. And I'm gonna tell you why. First things first, people been talking about aliens damn near since the beginning of time. People been seeing UFO crafts and unidentified objects for a long time, damn near since I want to say since the inception of humanity, but to give you some type of clarity, really since like the 1930s, 1940s, Roswell, which happened in New Mexico, alien crash, and they still got the alien bodies preserved from that time period. You know what I'm saying? All this information is on YouTube. You can look it up. You got to do your due diligence. And also, it's a lot of disinformation out here. So you have to do cross reference your research. You see what I'm saying? That's what smart people do. You have to cross-reference your research. Just because you see something don't mean just run with it right away. You have to go look information up unless you already do your due diligence, i.e. do your research. And when you do find information and come across information, you can discern it by like, oh yeah, I know this fake because I know this information. I study this type of information. So I know for a fact that's not a fact. I know for a fact that's fake. That might be real. You know what I'm saying? But you have to, you know what I'm saying? You could tell when somebody telling the truth. You could tell when somebody lying. Sometimes, excuse me, for the burp. Excuse me. Sometimes it's hard to kind of tell the difference, but ultimately you can kind of tell when a person is being God honest, truthful because it's details, it's dates, it's times, all that type of shit. You see what I'm saying? So people been talking about aliens for a long time, and the reason why it's coming out now is because even back in 2008, when Obama was getting in office, one of the first things he was talking about and looked into, what people was asking him about, was release the UFO files, but people weren't ready for that at that time. You see what I'm saying? So that's why they never really released it. But now that Trump is in office, Trump is a little bit more open minded, a little bit more advanced. I mean, Obama's advanced too, because Obama, like a couple months ago, they were just asking him on a podcast about the aliens because he was one of the first presidents that kind of got hit with that question. You see what I'm saying? And even in the Bush administration, shout out to Billy Carson. Billy Carson just released a whole bunch of information and documentation about scientists and different high-ranking military officials who actually testified on behalf of Congress, which Congress has more power than Donald Trump. You see what I'm saying? Uh, but they all work together, obviously. But I'm just saying, he testified. They testified in front of Congress, telling them the things that they actually seen. And if they get caught lying, they can not only go to jail, but they could lose all their status, everything that they built in their career. You see what I'm saying? That's how serious this is. And there was also another lady. I got to go back and go see that part again because I had caught the live at the end. But it was a lady who said she worked with Werner von Braun. Werner von Braun was a top ranking Nazi scientist back in the day. He was one of the scientists that created the V2 rocket back in the 1930s. See, Germany was one of the first nations to be that advanced in aerospace or aeronautics. So they was blowing motherfuckers up with rockets in the 1930s. That's Werner von Braun's work, and that's why during Operation Paperclip, American government brought the remaining engineers and scientists, which engineer is kind of a scientist. It's more on the mechanical side, but that's still a scientist. You know what I'm saying? They brought them over here to help us build our space program, i.e. NASA, because they was already advanced in that category. You see what I'm saying? But what's Verta Bride, like his real true identity, because you got to remember, like just because he was a Nazi scientist, don't necessarily mean he agreed with what they was doing. It's just Hitler rose to power at that time, and he was recruiting all the most talented people that he would need to help bring his so-called Reich to power. So he needed people like Werner von Braun and Mangala and all that shit like that to help him do the little weird shit they was doing. But right before Werner von Braun died, the lady was talking. I guess I got to go back and find her name and all that shit. But she said it. I heard this part. She had a conversation with Werner von Braun back in like 1974, 1977, something like that. Because Werner von Braun, he passed away in the 70s, like 1977, I think, 1975, something like that. But she had a conversation with Werner von Braun, and Werner von Braun was already talking about the stuff that we are trying to achieve now. Talk about how we should have free energy on Earth. Uh, you know, cars is going to actually be able to hover and all that type of stuff, which is anti gravity propulsion. That's what Amy Eskridge was doing, and a whole bunch of other different scientists. You know what I'm saying? They working on that right now. And Werner von Braun and other scientists was already talking about this decades ago. You see what I'm saying? So it's already possible, but now that we in the 21st century, it's even more possible. So the real reason why Amy Eskridge ended up dead and the other scientists, and the reason why they was coming for me, I'm not a propulsion scientist or a rocket scientist. I'm more of a plant scientist. You see what I'm saying? But I know information about certain plants that people don't know. Like for example, the marijuana cannabis plant is one of the few plants that we know right now that can actually grow in Mars atmosphere. You see what I'm saying? They don't want people to know that. And the reason why that's so important is not just to smoking and get high. I mean, even though that's cool, but it's not just to smoking and get high. Marijuana is such a versatile plant that you can use the fibers of the plant to create materials such as clothing, just different materials, shoes, rope. You can even use it. They got a process called isosandra, where you basically take in the hemp and you petrify it to like a hard stone type of material. You can even build houses out of hemp. You see what I'm saying? So it has multiple uses. That's why they wanted me go, because I discovered this information a few years back around 2019, 2020. You see what I'm saying? And around that time, that's when a lot of the scientists were starting to go missing. I don't know if you see what's going on. You see what I'm saying? Like I said, they've been trying to fucking take me out ever since around that period from damn near like 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025, when I started to bounce back. And they tried another attempt when I had to go through the desert and all that shit. And now it's 2026. I'm actually bouncing back and doing better and shit like that. But you see a lot of the other scientists, they was murdered. Some in 2022, some in 2023, some in 2024. So I don't know if you see the pattern of what's going on here. If we think it's espionage, which is basically like it's like a big word for spying and shit like that. We think it's Russians and other people like Iranians and shit that's coming from their country coming here, posing as regular citizens, but they actually using their own government resources and government funding to come around America and find these type of scientists to kill them and take them out and steal their information because they don't want America to have control of propulsion system energy and stuff like that because if America has it, 9 out of 10 it's gonna make us more of a superpower, and we're gonna be the first people to release it to the world. Russia want to be the first people to release it to the world. Iran want to be the first people to release it to the world. Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You see what I'm saying? So that's why a lot of this stuff is going on. Just to state that. Also, now talking about the pedophile shit, Jeffrey Epstein was already doing this weird shit for a long time. For a long time. I don't know exactly how long, but he was doing it for a long time. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. I feel like it could be some people, some high ranking people in Congress whose name is on the list. You know what I'm saying? It could be. I'm not saying that that's a fact, but it could be because Jeffrey Epstein, he was a billionaire. He was, dibbling and dabbling in Wall Street and stuff like that. The people that's in Wall Street, a lot of them are high ranking CEOs and business people. You think they don't have connections to Congress and celebrities and shit like that? And the names they released first was like Michael Jackson, Chris Tucker, a lot of celebrities. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of celebrities have connection to high-ranking politicians and shit. So it's not necessarily saying that they trying to hide it because if they was trying to actually hide it and cover it up, they would have never released no name at all. So the fact that they released any kind of names, that's actually transparency. That's not them covering anything up because now the names released, they have another round or they're gonna release more names. You see what I'm saying? They just haven't got to it yet. So they're not using the UAP shit as a distraction. They just getting the information out there because this is the information age. You see what I'm saying? And this is something people been talking about for the longest that people are actually interested in, and that is true. We are in outer space. We in the universe. We live on planet Earth. The last time I checked, planet Earth was in the Milky Way, which is our galaxy. You see what I'm saying? So of course, there's other star systems and other living entities out there. We just have to go find them, and some of those living entities are interdimensional beings that's right here on Earth. They're just more advanced. You see what I'm saying? That's the information that we're getting out because this is the age that we're entering. You see what I'm saying? That's why all this shit is happening. And that's why they coming up with all these other extra distractions so people won't really pay attention to the UAP shit. You see what I'm saying? A lot of people think it's bullshit, but I don't think so. You see what I'm saying? Because like I said, if that was the case, they was already doing Pizzagate. They already exposed Pizzagate long time ago. Jeffrey Epstein was still alive. You see what I'm saying? So you just gotta kind of wait until things unfold more clearly. But that's just my take on this. So wake the damn up. More videos coming soon. And yeah, man, you already know how I'm rocking, man. Fuck all the reptilians.